From a deaf couple seated next to each other by accident, to a 6-year-old TikTok critic who walked into his crosshairs, to the chaotic laugher who derailed an entire arena, here are 10 times Matt Rife absolutely destroyed the arrogant people who stepped into his ring. Subscribe so you do not miss the next breakdown. The bell is about to ring. This is Matt Rife. As of March 2026, he holds the all-time comedy attendance record, 18,486 fans at the Prudential Center on a single night. Last March alone, his Stay Golden tour grossed $8.3 million worldwide. He is the reigning, undefeated heavyweight of the touring stand-up circuit. Critics call him a heel. Audiences call him champion. The bell has rung. Welcome to Round 1, the Silent Saboteurs. Round 1 is the warm-up jab. Rife is doing standard crowd work probing. He spots 2 audience members sitting next to each other, both signing in ASL. Their names are Justine and Todd. Working off the obvious assumption that they are a couple on a date, he asks Justine how she knows Todd.
Justine and Todd. Justine, how do you know Todd?
Justine signs back instantly, with brutal clarity. Quote, "I don't," end quote.
I don't.
The venue management has accidentally seated 2 complete strangers, both deaf, right next to each other. Rife processes the disaster in real time. Then it gets worse. Todd points to the woman in the row directly in front of him. That is his wife.
Wait, hold on, are you his wife?
I am.
Oh!
Rife has just spent 2 minutes trying to set Todd up with a stranger right behind his actual wife's back. His response is the defining mark of a counterpuncher who never panics. The late round curveball. Round 2 is Rife taking a hit and turning it into a bit. He is chatting with a woman in the audience who tells him a genuinely bleak story. She flew all the way to Abu Dhabi for one of his earlier shows, only to find out the tickets she had bought from a third-party reseller were completely fake. Rife, feeling for her, decides to fix it on the spot. He grabs a piece of his own merch, a crewneck hoodie, and offers it to her as a free consolation. He tells her to come grab it from the stage. Then she delivers the line that would knock the wind out of any lesser comedian. She is in a wheelchair. She cannot take the stairs up. The room tightens. $30,000 worth of seats are watching to see if he panics. He does not. He turns it into a self-roast about his own merch quality. The oversharer. Round 3 takes us to August 2024. Lucid had just dropped on Netflix, the streamer's first ever special built entirely around crowdwork, loosely themed around dreams, taped in Charlotte, North Carolina. The setup is the most basic crowdwork jab a comedian can throw. Rife asks a woman near the front what she does for a living. Most people answer with a desk job, a service industry gig, something Rife can build a quick joke around. This woman swings into a different ring entirely. She tells him, in front of the entire packed theater and a Netflix camera crew, that she sells, quote, blowjob tutorials, end quote, for a living. The room goes nuclear. Rife has a fraction of a second to choose his angle. Industry critics noted his next move as one of the definitive standout moments of the entire Lucid special. And the trick is what he did not do. He did not punch down. He did not run. He played it straight. Sarah. Round 4. Loud one in the front row. Woman in a Manchester City jersey yelling over Rife's pacing all night. Persistent. Trying to hijack the show's tempo. He engages directly. Through some crowdwork probing, he uncovers her name is Sarah and that she sprung for the gold-tier VIP package before the show. Rather than get angry, Rife pivots to absurdism, the rope-a-dope move at full power. He starts inventing fake VIP perks just to see if she will agree with whatever he says. He asks if the VIP package included playing with little puppies. Sarah, locked into the bit, says yes. She did. She played with the puppies. That is when Rife drops the knockout, by inviting her to confess that she also ate them. Whitney. Round 5 is the exhibition match. Whitney Cummings, veteran roaster, 2 decades of television behind her, sharper than most of the people Rife usually fights with, joins him on stage during a low-key comedy show set in Los Angeles, alongside co-host Paul Elia. The two have a long-running comedic feud. Whitney once posted a sonogram photo on social media of a fetus holding a microphone, with a caption that all but suggested Rife was the father. Rife played along publicly. Now they are in the ring together for the first time, in front of a paying crowd. What follows is the closest thing Rife has done to a sanctioned heavyweight bout. Whitney comes in swinging.
How's your baby?
My baby's good. I have a little baby at home.
Plastic surgery rumors, age gap roasts, every red flag in his dating history. Rife absorbs the blows and counterstrikes with equal venom. There is no civilian under attack here. It is the kind of round you only get when both fighters know the rules of the ring better than the audience does. The Walking Wikipedia. Round 6. December 2025. Rife drops Unwrapped, a Christmas Crowdwork special filmed in Tempe, Arizona. He walks out partially dressed as Santa Claus, looks straight into the camera, and tells the audience that Santa is not real. Then he pivots immediately into the most dangerous crowdwork territory in modern stand-up, racial and religious holiday tradition. He starts riffing on what a, quote, white Christmas, end quote, looks like, then asks the room what a black Christmas would look like. Critics called the entire bit cringy. Cracked called it straining for edginess. Rife knows. That is the point. He is not aiming for universal comedic approval. He is aiming at the boundary itself. He throws into Juneteenth as, quote, the new one, end quote, frames it next to Black Friday, then transitions into Ash Wednesday material. The combination is reckless. The judges might deduct a point. The man stays on his feet. The Bachelorette Brigade. Round 7 is the cleanest counterpunch on the card. Front rows, packed with a Bachelorette-style group of women, all wearing matching bright shirts featuring Rife's own face printed across the fabric. He calls them, quote, human Skittles, end quote, scans for a target, and lands on the woman in the bright red shirt who is most aggressively trying to flirt with him from the audience. He probes for her relationship status. She steps directly into the trap. She announces openly, in front of everyone, that she is married, but that she is also, quote, available for free drinks, end quote. The audience laughs. She thinks she has just scored. She has, in fact, just left her chin completely wide open. Rife uses the literal color of her own shirt to deliver the kill. She came in wearing a red flag. He told her so. The corporate corner man. Round 8 is the fight with the corner. November 2023. Rife drops Natural Selection on Netflix and opens the special with a calculated, deliberately abrasive joke. A domestic violence punchline about a hostess at a Baltimore restaurant. He ends the bit by directly addressing the camera, telling the live crowd he is testing the waters to see if they will be fun. The internet erupts. TikTok creator Drew Afualo accuses him of cowardly punching down. Mainstream press declares him canceled. Rife responds with one Instagram story. It says, if you have ever been offended by a joke I have told, here is a link to my official apology. The link goes to a website selling protective helmets for individuals with special needs. The cancellation attempt fails completely. Natural Selection clears 10.3 million views in 2 weeks and becomes Netflix's most watched comedy special of late 2023. 2 years later, history repeats. ELF Cosmetics signs Rife for a satirical campaign called Schmarnes. The internet erupts again. The brand caves and pulls the campaign. Rife sells out the Prudential Center anyway. The corner can throw in the towel. The fighter does not. Bunny. Round 9 is where the judges argue whether the punch should even count. Late 2023, in the Natural Selection Backlash window, a TikToker named Bunny Hedaya posts a video of her 6-year-old son confidently correcting Rife's astronomy. In the special, Rife had said that just because Jupiter has a ring, women should not look up to it for magical advice. The kid in the video says, with full preschool conviction, that actually it is Saturn that has the rings. Then he adds, and you are mean to girls. The video goes viral. 13 million views. Standard public relations protocol. Every agent, every publicist, every brand manager would tell a celebrity to either ignore it or post a self-deprecating reply. Rife refused. He showed up directly in the Instagram comments. He came down on a 6-year-old. He brought up Santa. He brought up the kid's mother's OnlyFans. Most public figures will not throw this punch. He did. The internet has not let him forget it. He does not seem to want them to. The Acoustic Assassin. And we end with the final bell. The most viral crowdwork moment of the early 2026 cycle. Stay Golden Tour. The Arena. 18,000 seats. Rife is mid-set on a polished, prepared bit when the acoustic equilibrium of the entire room is shattered by a single audience member's laugh. Not a giggle. Not a chuckle. A guttural, mechanical, violently chaotic sound that the venue's audio engineers could not have planned for if they tried. Most comedians would talk over it. A lesser comic would panic. Rife stops. He physically stops moving. The cameras catch the recalculation happening on his face in real time. He is not angry. He is not annoyed. He is intrigued. He spends the next several minutes surgically dissecting the laugh itself, its origin, its structure, its evolutionary purpose, until the entire 18,000-seat arena is unified against the absurdity of the sound. The Acoustic Assassin came into the room thinking she could derail the show. She did. The fighter kept going anyway. The clip exists right now as the most shared crowdwork moment of the year. Undefeated. That is the card. 10 rounds, 10 knockouts. From the human skittles in the front row, to the corporate sponsors who fled the ring, to the chaotic laugher who derailed an entire arena and lost anyway. Proving that no matter who steps into Matt Rife's ring, heckler, peer comedian, online critic, or 6-year-old astronomy expert, the ref calls the fight his way every single time. The man broke the all-time comedy attendance record this past February. 18,486 fans in one night. He grossed $8.3 million in a single month, the #1 touring comedian on the planet. The critics keep counting him out. The audiences keep buying him in. Welcome to the new heavyweight champion of the touring circuit. If you want to see exactly how the rest of Hollywood is rotting behind the curtain, watch my full breakdown of Cat Williams' bombshell Hollywood allegations next. Hit subscribe so you do not miss the next breakdown. The bell has rung.